Hey folks, this is the Backyard Mechanics series on my channel. Today I'm going to be working on a 2000 Toyota Avalon. We're switching out the alternators in them. Really easy. Check it out. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I have this series in the Backyard Mechanics series because I actually work in my front yard. But anyway, my daughter's car here it's a 2000 Toyota Avalon. And we determined that the alternator went bad. Why did it go bad, or how did we determine it was the alternator? Troubleshooting it was her radio stopped working, her lights went out, and then her car shut down. Now, she just replaced this battery 2 weeks ago, so it's a brand new battery. And what I determined is that alternator had failed to the point where it wasn't even charging the battery. We put a booster on it, we got the car started, pulled the booster off, the car ran for just about 45 seconds, and then it shuts down. Well, that is a key indicator it's the alternator, because it's not even giving enough spark to power the spark plugs or any of the electronics in the car. So now I'm going to show you just the easy process of removing an alternator in a 2000 Toyota Avalon. Before you do any electrical work on the car, it's always wise to remove your battery cable from the battery. And back it off. Okay, so to locate the alternator, it looks like this. This is the alternator, and it has two bolts that actually hold it in. It's got this big bolt right here that is a 14 millimeter size bolt, and then there's one more other bolt that holds it in, and it's down here, and it's a 12 millimeter bolt. And this 12 millimeter bolt over here is the bolt that actually tightens the belt. So we're going to loosen the two bolts, and then we're going to back this bolt off, and then we're going to remove the other two bolts after we take the belt off. But we got to remove the wiring harness first. To remove the wiring harness, you got to pop this out and then pull that tab out, and you're going to remove this part of it back here too, because you want to free up your wiring harness so you don't damage it while you're removing your alternator. Now you might want to get a screwdriver to help you pop that off. Okay, we loosen that. And remove this 10 millimeter nut that holds that onto your alternator. And set that aside. This is your other wiring harness right here you want to remove. So you push, press, and pull, and you get it out. And now that is entirely released from your alternator. Now I'm going to take my 14 millimeter socket and loosen this. And my 12 millimeter socket, and loosen this one down here. And now I want to back this one off. And what this is loosening the belt. This is 12 millimeter. Also, you're going to loosen this so we can get that belt off. You just want it loose enough to free the belt from the pulley of the alternator. And there you go, it's off. Now we take this bolt off. There's not much room for my hand down here to get that bolt out, but at least it's finger loose where I can do it with my fingers. It sucks to work on cars, cold car engines in January. Okay, we got it out. And the easier one's easier to reach. Right here, we take this all the way out, again 14 millimeter. Be careful you don't lose any of your washers. And that's how long that one is. Now, we just lift it out, rock it back and forth until it's out of its holder there. There we go. And this is the difficult part, threading it on out of there. And now you can access this port right here. To remove that, you gotta take that out. Now this makes it easier to access this thing right here. It's just a clip for a wiring harness. And once that's released, now you can probably get your alternator out of here. And there it is. Got the beast out of there. Now we're gonna take it down. We're gonna get it bench tested and then replace it. And I'm pretty sure this is what's faulty, and based on our troubleshooting of the electrical problem. So we'll be back in a video second and put in a brand new one. Okay, I took this down to the auto parts store and they bench tested it and verified yes, it was bad. So that validated my troubleshooting. It was the alternator. So we got a new alternator for $199.99. If you didn't have the other alternator to use as a core, you would have to pay $40 extra. So I had the other alternator with me. They rebuild those. And so we picked up this new one. It only cost me it only cost me $199.99. So we're gonna put this in. Real simple, it's just reverse of what we did taking it out. So now we have to replace this bracket which holds the wiring harness back right here. So I use an 8 millimeter end wrench to loosen that. Back it off. Place this back on, or on the new alternator. And tighten that down. And now comes my favorite part, putting it back in. Well, it went in easier than it came out. Go figure. Time to put the bolt in. Now before we go any further, I gotta attach that bottom bolt. Yep, right here. Let's see how easy that goes in. Okay, we got that bottom bolt in. Now we put the belt back on. Come on, belt. Okay. Belt's on. Lined up on the pulley. Don't forget to tighten the belt. You don't want the belt too tight, but you don't want it too loose. The only science behind it is feel it, and that's tight enough right there. Now it's time to go to this bottom bolt and make sure it is absolutely tight. Okay. And now we tighten this mounting bolt right here. Go ahead and clip the harness back in that bracket that you attached earlier. Let's snap that on. Plug this back in, pop it in place, and remove this bolt, or that nut, and pop that back into place. And that is a number 10 millimeter nut. Pop this cap back on. Place these clips back on the holders for the wiring harness. Make sure you remove all tools from the engine compartment. We are done. Reconnect the battery. Now, since the battery was totally drained, it's a brand new battery, and because of the lack of the alternator operating correctly, the battery completely drained. So we're going to go ahead and put a charge in the battery, and we're going to let it set, and my daughter's going to come home and turn it on and have a car to drive. A negative to negative, positive to positive. Okay. Give it a little AC power. And it's 12 volts, 6 amps. We're going to give it a charge. I'm sorry I can't test it, but I'm confident in my skills. Yeah, we determined it was the alternator that funked out on this. Took it out, bench tested it, proved that it funked out. So now we've got a brand new, well, rebuilt alternator with a lifetime warranty, I should add. Well, I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead. Yeah, I saved money. Oh, well, saved my daughter a bunch of money. She still owes me for that part. But I did all the labor for free. Anyway, stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing, clicking that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. Give us a thumbs up. Click that share button. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms helps us out. This is the Backyard Mechanics series. Check out the other episodes I have in that whole series. You might be interested to see what all I've done on vehicles. Yeah, be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye-bye now.